All right, all right. We're live. We're live on the air. We are live on the air, waiting on the women to make their arrival. Meanwhile, go to Roku. Download the app. We have the Roku channel in place. We are in place. The Roku channel app is in line. We're doing our station is being branded at the moment, and so hey, stay with us. We're moving aggressively. All right, host is here with us. Made it in.
All right, host is here. Made it in.
We go. I think you got your computer up or something.
Good evening. Mark, it's an echo. Good evening.
That's not me. That's on your end. You got a phone up or something? You got a phone on? Okay, because that wasn't me. Well, she'll be back, Charlotte, to take y'all where y'all need to go, ladies. I hope you check in and see what's going on. She got a strong topic tonight. We got a minor in the room. We're going to make sure his ears stay holy. We're waiting on the host to get back in. We're going to move forward. Having some technical issues. Let's see what we got now. All right, we had her back. There we go. We got good, clean, wholesome sound now.
Hey.
Yeah. Now that is your host. I won't let her greet you, bring y'all in, and I'm just riding.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in tonight to our Roundtable Talk, Women's Roundtable Talk. I am your host, Lady P, and who's going to be with me tonight is Apostle Lamari Thomas. We're going to talk about tonight about exes and boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I have been talking to several people this week. Oh my God. I didn't realize how much confusion it is when you're dating someone and they haven't let go of their exes, or they're still texting and calling, keeping in communication with them. And I'm talking about exes that there are no children involved. Now, our relationships are different, okay? So if you're married and then you have an ex and y'all have kids, that's different. But I'm talking about the exes that you have no children by them, you dated them. Now, they're called ex for a reason. Something happened to make them an ex. So why do you want to keep communication with them? I mean, should you still be communicating with your ex and you don't have any kids? What is your purpose and what is your motives for even talking to them when you have me? So tonight I want some comments. And then Lamar going to give you the number so you can call in and ask us.
Yeah,
we want to hear from you. I want to know, because you know this is personal for me, because I was in a relationship, and I'm just going to talk about myself first. And I had a problem with the ex that I have. He's an ex now, dealing with his exes, dealing with his wife that was an ex, and his girlfriends. And he said that I was insecure. Now, I'm not no insecure person. I love me some Lady P, Pam, whatever you want to call me. I love me some me. So I think being in a relationship with an insecure person is a miserable person. You are very miserable when you are dealing with an insecure person. I was married to someone that was insecure, and I didn't want to be like that. But I'm saying that sometimes when people don't be honest with themselves and just say that, well, you know, and that's what I hear.
Right.
Me and my ex are best friends. There's nothing going on with us. You know, we've been talking. My ex she's my best friend now. Well,
right.
How is she your best friend? That's my question. Is it good to even be? I mean, really, y'all have history. And I was talking to my daughter tonight, and I was asking her, I said, well, you know, the first thing they're going to say, well, we have history. She said, that's what it is. It's history. So
she hit it on the head.
So tonight, I really want to know, because like I say, this is personal for me. Seriously. Right. I mean, because a person can make you feel like something is wrong with you when you know, and we've been talking about boundaries. So when we're talking about boundaries, there are boundaries when it comes to exes. When they exit out of your life, whether you quit them or they quit you, it's over. Yeah, so you know what? I'm glad that Apostle Lamar Thomas is on here tonight to talk about a man perspective, because, you know, I want to hear your side. I'm talking about the female side, how we are. But I want to hear what you got to say, because seriously, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and you got to continue talking to your exes, I'm not saying y'all don't have history. I'm not saying that you don't know. You can never forget about that person, the things that y'all had. But you're with me now. And if I'm not enough, then you need to go on back to your ex.
This is true.
So, and you know, I think I shared this with you before. I said that when you're dating someone, and this guy, I'm just talking for a female, he's dating multiple women. Right. And you look at him as marriage material. Right. And you marry this guy, and then y'all get into it. Right. But because he has practiced, you know, hanging out with his ex, and he can go back to them. Guess what he's gonna do if y'all having problems in y'all marriage? When he want to walk out the door and go get in his car and take a drive. Yeah, he's driving all right. He's going on a drive, all right. He's driving all right. Yeah. So I'm saying you practicing unfaithfulness. I mean, I'm just being real about it, you know. And I know some people gonna say, "Well, that ain't true." Yeah, well, it is true. And I tell people, then, like I say, back in the day, you know, I mean, back in the day, I'm old school. They had the little black book they go through. You ain't treating them right, but this is a black book right now.
The black book, yeah, the
black book right here. This is right now. All the numbers in here now. Come on now. Let's be real tonight. I mean, should you still be communicating with your ex? Right. That's what I want to talk about. And then if you have an ex that you're dating or you're married to, and they're continually talking to their ex, and you have addressed it, and they don't do nothing about it because they don't think nothing wrong with it. How do you handle that?
Well, from a male perspective, men's species,
Okay.
I think we have a problem with closure. Let's try to deal with that word closure for a moment.
Okay.
Dealing with the word closure means get over it. Saying your farewells, goodbye to it. It's a situation, the person, and then learning how to contain your memories without getting involved with your past memories.
Yes, that's good.
Most people that have been in a bad relationship try to remember the good times in their relationship, and they try to keep something going with that. Now, if I was to go ahead and be blunt with this thing, it's usually a sexual encounter. It's something that she did to him, or something that he did to her.
Mm-hmm.
And it caused their nature to have a strong pleasing. And so when you've been with a person such a long time, they learn your body.
Mm-hmm.
Sexual intercourse is real. And when they learn your body, you get used to being intimate with them in that certain manner, and it becomes very difficult for you to get aroused or aroused by someone else. You know what I mean? So you need time to adjust to that person.
You said the new person.
With the new person, because you now have locked yourself into something that you are not, ready to handle. You just going through the motions. You want the transition, but you can't handle the transition. Are you following me? So what you do is you find yourself pleasing yourself with someone else. And then if you don't watch it, now let's get off into this here because I want to tap in a little deeper. You finding yourself having sex with one person, but your mind that took this man head off his body or this woman head off her body, and you don't put that other person's head on. So now you actually being intimate with her or him, thinking that there's someone else.
So it's like that song say, "My body is here, but my mind's somewhere else."
I take that. I differ that. The mind ain't going nowhere. You done brought the person here to you. With their person, you looking at them in the eyes of that person that you used to being intimate with, or that you love, or that you with.
Okay.
That's what from the means. I'm speaking from the means point. That's what we do. So we become satisfied being sexually active with the woman, knowing that she's not the one. You heard that song, they say, if you can't love the woman you want, love the woman you with.
Yes.
Well, that's a man's talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to love on her because I'm looking at her. She reminds me of Shantae. We're going to use that name tonight.
Very popular name.
She don't look like Shantae, but she got some attributes about Shantae. You feel what I'm saying? Shantae might just move her head like this here from time to time when she talk, and she move her head somewhat just like that without them knowing. And then you say, yeah, look, there she go. Look at you. You is that girl, ain't you? You is that girl. Yeah, I see you. You ain't falling in love with her. You falling in love with Shantae.
That's right. Yeah.
So now you looking for Shantae in every woman
that you meet. And we as women do the same thing. If we if we got a guy in our life that's really good to us, we'll try to find every man that we talk to in that guy, and we never can. You actually have to go back to that guy if you want him. And just like you guys, you have to go back to that woman. But the only thing about the situation about you guys, let me say this. Y'all don't want to be by yourself, first of all.
We're not made to be by ourselves. Even the Lord said, listen, I don't like the idea you looking alone, buddy. Let me go ahead on, take something from you and give it back to you.
That's true. But I'm saying, but why do you go back and go into a new relationship knowing that you still, like you say, closure. You still got your mind, body, and everything else over there down the street. Why would you go into a new relationship?
So your question is, why do we do it?
Yeah, why do y'all do that?
Because we don't want to be alone.
But be with the one that be with the ex. Don't be with the new person, and you don't have no boundaries. What I'm saying, you don't have no boundaries with the ex because
it's called transition.
But don't
I'm trying to make this make sense to you because I see where you're going. I'm trying to make this make sense to you. It's called transition over without losing anything. In other words, I'm a man. I got to have me a woman in my bed at night so I can be warm and feel her warmness next to me. Okay, you ain't Shantae, but you gonna do. And guess what? As time go by, and the more you show yourself, I will become hooked on you more than Shantae now, and then Shantae will be released.
So we have to put up with that. And that's why
don't do that. Don't do that. Because see, you're gonna make me act thuggish tonight. Don't do that. Because you women do some strange behavior.
But I'm just saying, when this is the problem, though, this is what I'm saying. That's why this topic is tonight, because exes and boundaries. Because you in transition, and we thinking that you over here with your whole heart, mind, soul, and strength with all of us.
Actually, he is.
No, he's not.
No, you see, you don't want to accept it now. You want truth.
Your mind,
you want a stand.
Your mind is somewhere else.
Listen to what you're saying. See, most women demise the man effort. First of all, when a woman latch on to a man, it ain't so easy for us to let y'all go. So I'm gonna let you pat yourself on the back for a few minutes. Because after I get through letting you pat yourself on the back, I'm also gonna give you some medicine that's gonna make you choke. So go ahead and pat yourself. It's hard for us to let you go because y'all done worm y'all way into certain parts of our life that we don't even allow our mother to get involved in. So yeah, we let y'all do that. Now here come the medicine, they're gonna choke you up. Once we allow you to do that, we're gonna find that woman to have her to remove you because see, she knows where you went. We don't. We just feel you. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So we go get a woman to bring her into your life. Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
All right, Dr. Stephen Jr.
Yeah, Dr. Stephen. Oh, look at it. So we find a way to bring her in, and she will go into all the areas of our life. It's just like a woman. I've been in a relationship where I moved a woman into the home back in the day.
Okay.
Man, when she moved in, there were certain things in the house I did not know that was there. I didn't. I did not know that was there, but she found them. She found them. She found them. And she went in there and got it out of there. And guess what? She put closure to it, and then she began to. We don't know that. When we go in the bathroom, we go in there, and in the bathroom, oh man, look at this. She done left this rug here. We're thinking about, look at this. She did this here. There are the fixtures in the bathroom.
Oh, it's memories, huh?
Yeah, memory. See, only a woman know how to go in there and remove a memory. You follow what I'm saying? That's why a man will go get another woman and bring her right to the house. And this is when the woman that was there get offended because she knows that this woman knows what she's done and she's undoing. And then the first thing she want to holler back is, I want my man back. No, it's not about him wanting her man back. It's about she hates to lose. And she know that other woman. See, it ain't like I told a lot of women. It ain't that y'all mad with us because we had sex with another woman. It's that a woman knows another woman and how nasty she can be, and some things that they know about each other, so they don't want us. Good evening, Ms. Cook, board member. it's some things she knows about that other woman that she know that other woman can tap in on that and get some things done, and it's called fooling with her safe haven. That's what that's called.
But I know, so in saying all of that, and we're talking about exes and boundaries, and you done came into a new relationship, and she got the curtains up and the rug up, and every time you go in there, step on the rug, you think about Shantae, you said?
Yeah, Shantae.
Okay, well, but I mean, but at what point do you let go? Totally.
When
not when a woman remove everything out your house that reminds you of Shantae.
Shantae has been physically removed.
Physically,
No,
but not in your heart. Yeah.
No. That's where you're missing it. She's physically removed. And then mentally, everything starts to move on. Now, watch this here.
Gradually.
When we first saw y'all, it was a mental thing. But when we started interacting with y'all, it became a mental thing.
Okay.
You see my point? We went from physical to mental. We go back to the book of Genesis. Adam did not fall in love with Eve.
Okay.
When he first saw her, he just said, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. That's all he said. But as time grew on, that girl got in some veins of him. And when she got in them veins of him, he stood there seeing her doing what she was doing with that serpent. He knew what God told him not to do. That's one. And he still sat there at the same time and did. And went again. That's how powerful a woman can get into a man and persuade him. So to remove her.
Remove the X. Remove the X.
Yeah. So to remove y'all out of our life it's a process. It just don't happen overnight.
So why? I mean, I know you guys don't like to be by yourselves, but why don't y'all be by yourselves until all that's removed out of you? Until
it
you
don't work like that. If you go back to the book of Genesis, it said that when he got through making everything, Adam named everything. He looked at me and said, "You alone here." Yeah, I you know what? I can see deep down in your heart, you like, I'm enjoying everything, but who gonna talk to me? That talk is a pillow talk. That means
talk your same language, huh?
Yeah. That says, listen, I'm with you. You and I are together. I can trust you. I can count on you. Rain shall leave the snow. This is why men get so upset when a woman, when she even betray him, go against him even on a football game.
Okay.
Say my team is 49ers. We know it is. We know your team is the retard.
Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay. We know this. Okay. So we're going to talk from that perspective. If you married me, your team will have to be 49ers. Because if you go to the Cowboy, we're going to have a problem. That means you walk like I walk, you talk like I talk. You on my team. I ain't your help me, you my help me. So that means is your identification comes from me. Just like he say man, then he say woman. You follow?
I'll follow you.
Okay. So that means is I'm taking on you taking on my covering. So you are me. And so when a man gets with a woman and brings his life, he expected her to be him. He's expecting him to be here. Turn that down, my man. Turn it down, Bryce. Turn that down. Okay.
Okay.
So that means you're expecting to be me, and I'm expecting to be you. We all gonna be all mixed in together, but I am the identification holder. Any woman that believes she can be independent and have an identification of her own, you crazy. And you need to seek psychological help. I'm being straight up, 100% true to you. You don't have an identification without a man. You don't. You don't. You have to have an identification. Who give this woman to be married? The daddy still got to speak for her. He got to give her away to be married. Now these girls going out here marrying men that ain't nobody gave them to them. And you wonder why he around here jacking you up, beating you over the head with a hammer, shooting up and down the street, beating you to death, because you went out there and got that man without taking him before your father. Oh, I don't have a father. Good. You got an uncle. You don't have an uncle. Well, you got uncles and sisters, and I mean not sisters, but brothers, cousins. You got some men in that family. That's why it's so important for the women, especially the daughter, to keep up with their father, because the father is your protector until you get married.
Okay.
This is true. This all true. And so we deal with relationship. Why men, we don't move on so easily. You know why? Because love is not a feeling. Love is a responsibility.
Mm-hmm. It is a responsibility, but when you have an ex, your responsibility is not with that ex, it's with me now.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Now, if your ex and y'all are broken up and y'all still hanging around with each other, that means something is going on.
And it is going
on. y'all ain't through.
That's right.
And so when a woman gets involved with a man and she find out that the ex, see, don't be so gullible. Women's got to learn not to be gullible. I know he looks good. He got on his Stacey Adams and alligator shoes, and he got this. He got his business going. He driving 4 or 5 different high-rise cars, and I know he doing this. He got a business. Don't be so gullible. Wait to see what's going on, because the same hell that he giving that woman that he's with, he is going to give you that hell twice. I don't understand how they get these men and thinking they gonna change, believe that somebody else's husband is their husband.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be on some type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How you, if he did that with you, what you think he gonna do on another woman? On you?
The same.
The same. But you, I love him. I love him. That's where you went wrong at right there. You ain't supposed to love him. You're supposed to be obeying and submit.
Mm-hmm. Well, you talking about in the marriage now.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Because see, well, watch this here though, and I'm gonna let you talk, host. I see your host. I'm gonna let you talk. But a lot of these people got marriage mixed up with paperwork. Marriage don't begin on no piece of paper. Marriage begins in the heart. Marriage is nothing but a celebration that you present to the world that we have found love. And we're going to be for better, for worse, until death do us part. That's a celebration. The wedding has already took place because it's in your heart. Mm-hmm. It's here. It's in your heart. So you gonna transgress against it. You won't go against it. I can't do this because this gal is in my heart. Mm-hmm. But they got the glamorous part mixed up now in the marriages. So if you married, you ain't gonna fool with no ex no way, because you already know the true ethics of your marriage. The question is on the table: do he really love you?
Right. But it's hard as somewhere else.
How did he love you? Ask him, would he die for you? The Bible says a man that loves his wife loves the church, love his wife as Christ loved the church. If it came for him to lay down his life for herself, for her sakes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
He's supposed to lay down his life. If the man won't lay down his life for you, he don't love you.
Okay. And that is good. And like I say, with us talking about exes and the boundaries, in which that's marriage and singleness. Okay, so when you're married, when you're married, I mean, and then sometimes when you get married and say I do, the ex think you should have married her. So guess what? She don't want to leave you alone.
Yeah. Well, sometimes flings are not married.
Okay.
Let me see if I can try to help you out with that. A fling is not married. It's two people who have found their sexual behavior peak with one another, and it's very arousing. But as time go by, that little fling that you got going on with that person is going to soon grow old. Mm-hmm. You're going to become common with it. But if you with that person, you love him, your sex drive would never get old.
Right.
You know
So
why? Because you ain't gonna wear it out in the bed every day, all day, every time you turn around, because that's all you got.
right.
And
So that,
then when it stopped working, one of y'all stopped working. One, listen, I ain't signed up for this here. You used to get hard, but you don't get hard no more. So I got to find Jody. We got to talk to Jody about this here. Then she start cheating, and then he can't get inside because she done dried up. I'm just come on to the table. Y'all know me. I'm raw. She dried up, can't get wet no more. It done left, and now he don't want it because it's like having sex with a Brillo pad, skinning him up. But if you love one another, when that stop working, your love gonna be. That's a song that they played. I like it. I play it a lot. When your legs stop working like they used to work. Sheen is by Sheen. I wish I could play a little of it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Now, this is when you know you got some serious love. I got somebody on my line called JP want to play with me, but anyway, no, they don't want their cake, and we don't want our cake and eat it too. No, we don't. That ain't even what it's about. I need you to come up out of that juvenile. Come on, talk to me like a woman.
So did you get that clip? I want to kind of get that clip before we go out tonight.
Oh yeah, I got the clip ready for you.
Okay, well I'm ready. I'm ready for
this little song. Let me see. I had it pulled up.
Well, there's a clip that I had gave Apostle Lamarck about exes and boundaries, and I want you to look at it. And after it is finished, I want you to come back. Call the live line at 346-493-2630 and call us and tell us what you think about that clip that we're gonna air in a few minutes.
Okay. I can't pull that clip up. Let me look up. I'm trying to find my history. Let me see if I can pull it up. No, that ain't coming up there.
But anyway, if you listen to us out here while he's trying to get the clip, it was a nice clip I really wanted to show tonight. I mean, let's just think about it. Because like I said, I'm single. I've been married before. And the thing about it, when you with someone and you discuss to that person that, especially you find out they're still interacting with their ex. I don't care if it's an ex-wife or ex-girlfriend. And I'm talking about people you don't have children with. You got children, that's a different story.
Yeah.
And you tell him and say, look, I don't really like when you talk to her, you texting her, or she's calling her. You get on the phone, but then time I walk in the room, you hang it up.
You hang it up. Yeah.
Yeah, you hang it up. You hiding something.
Yeah, you hide some. You playing games, men and women. You playing games.
And so
you ain't real. Stop getting in these relationship that you know you ain't ready for.
That's right. So the thing about it, when you come to some person that you care about, y'all trying to develop y'all relationship, and then that person just ignore you when you say, I don't like that. He don't even value your relationship. He don't value you. Yeah, Elder Shirley say, they say grass is green on the other side, but when you get over there, you soon find out it turns brown also. And if you want, and Elder Shirley, you know what? My grass is green, my neighbor grass is green. I water my grass, she water her grass. If I do not water my grass, it's gonna turn brown. But
here's the thing about that green grass. If you want to grab it, and I found that song, and I'm gonna run it in a second.
Okay.
That green grass is never green anyway. And I'll tell you why that green grass ain't never green, because it's a fixture that you put there. We got to be careful what we adopt in our eyes and our hearts and our mind about green grass. And the reason why I say that, because you put a fence there, how the fence get there? And let's talk. We want to talk. Ain't no fence even got no business being in your view. When you done got married, you done met someone you say you love, that fence ain't even got no business. That means is you are already making new waves to look other way. You got a direction to go to. You're not supposed to have a direction to go to. Listen, I'm in the house with you. I ain't got nowhere to go. You ain't got nowhere to go. We gotta make this work. We gotta do. I know it's a figure of speech, Miss Russell. But that thing was selling your mind. Yeah, I can look over the fence, somebody else over there. But see, when you got your mind fixed, you don't want to look across it. You don't even think about a fence. You don't even think about, even though there's about 50 other men over there that you can have, or 50 other women. You don't even want to think about that, because once your mind start thinking that, then the opportunity rages in your heart. Oh, I can go over there and do it. Because guess what? Over there to my left, guess what I got? Got a hookup.
It looks better. It looks better
Yeah,
on
hey,
this
look.
side.
So when you start looking over the
Mm-hmm.
fence, you gonna get caught. Keep your eyes right where you at. That fence ain't even got no business being built. Don't even think about it. There is no fence. I have nowhere else to go. Let me play this real quick, and then we're gonna play your video. This
Okay.
song's right here. Let's go to the skip right here. Let's go through the skip. Here, some of y'all heard it in the store.
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
I don't own the rights to this, but I want you to understand.
And I can't sweep you off of your feet.
Uh-oh, help me.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love?
See?
Will your eyes still smile from your cheek? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70.
That's promise year 70, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So, honey, now.
That's enough. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. It's
Nice
just a
song.
song.
It was a nice song. All right, so we're gonna do this clip
Let's
about
do the clip here.
exes and boundaries, and I want you to look
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
We're gonna come back, and then you just let us know. Call in. Like I said, call in that number, and or just comment and tell us what you think about that clip.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Here we go. Here we go, and then we're gonna push play. Here we go.
Recently said that her ex, Chris Martin, is now like her brother. Jennifer Meyer and Toby Maguire are closer than ever since their split last year. She says, he's my best friend. He's the greatest ex-husband a girl could ever have.
Ex-husband.
All right, is it weird to be so close to your ex?
Brother? If you've ever been in my pants, you are not my brother. Straight that's creepy and that's weird. That's weird. Ain't no brother of mine, and I'm from Texas, okay? But I have to say that I am a product of divorce. I know how negatively it can affect children, and so I've never been with somebody that I really needed to be friends with afterwards. So for me, when I'm done, I'm done. Yeah.
I'm so the opposite. Like my second fiance, after we broke up, we maintained a really strong friendship. He has a daughter. She's not my daughter, but we're so close. We just all went out to dinner the other night to celebrate her 21st birthday. There was a boyfriend in between that asked me to stop seeing him. And it was miserable. I tried it. Like I tried not being friends with somebody that I had, like organically, the love had become this incredible friendship. We had been through so much that we didn't want to throw away what was working and what was so beautiful. So we're still close. And now we've decided whoever wants to come into our life has to accept all of us, including the past, but with respect. I do believe you have to do everything with respect, and it has to be an open communication. Yes, we are best of friends.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. And look, I get it. You're the best of friends. If you were such great friends, he's such a great guy, then why is he your ex?
Because we didn't have the sexual energy. That went away, and I wanted to have that in my marriage. I would like to have a marriage that is both fruitful sexually as well as friendship-wise, and we lost that. So that's why we're still friends.
Well, I think if children are involved, yes, you should be a grown-up. You should be able to co-parent and be friendly with one another. But if there are no children involved, when we break up, I break up with you, your mama, the family union. Happening on dry Christmas. It is over. I don't ever want to see her.
That's real talk.
Your mama,
I'm through with everybody.
your damn sister.
Exactly.
Everybody.
I'm with you.
They're stronger than me. But there is this one ex, and we have business together. We don't have a baby, but that's kind of like a baby.
Yeah.
You know? We're developing something together. And I would love for whoever I'm dating to accept our friendship. However, we don't see each other. We don't hang out. He's in another country, as a matter of fact. So
where he belongs.
we only talk a few times a year, and we will have a meeting, but there are no. I think it's okay to remain friends. If you're dating someone else and you have this friend that's an ex, I think as long as there's no secret hangouts, no, nighttime rendezvous, no, you know what I mean? I think it's okay as long as you can show your new partner all the texts and there's nothing inappropriate, no pictures sent, no flirting, no.
That was what she said, partner.
Scrolling through text messages.
Yeah.
Wrong
I'm
right
just
there.
saying, if they should ever feel the need to say, well, what is that relationship really like? Here, read it all.
But friendships turn into relationships.
Yeah.
And I think you are playing with fire when you are welcoming your ex into your
You've
life.
already done the relationship and it didn't work, so you're not
See,
really playing with
I
fire.
can't
I'm not attracted.
I can't get in none of this conversation.
As a matter of fact,
Oh,
you're
I
married.
ain't friends with none of my exes. No.
I agree.
Now we break up, we through.
It's over.
I don't want to feel insecure about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't even want it to be a thing that needs any attention. Like we need attention for each other. A relationship takes so much work in general. And so for me personally, I'm just like any outside distractions that don't need to be there unless there is kids involved.
That's
then
right.
I don't need it. I don't want it.
I have a question.
Right.
Okay, so if your ex had a really close friend that was his ex, and it was really important to him to maintain the friendship, how would you respond to that?
I think I'd be the girl that was like, I can't deal with it, and
Would you be able to do any exception? Like, would you find like a happy medium? Or
I think it would have to be
We can hang out together.
Yeah.
Can I be there?
Let's see the energy, what's going on.
I think it's harder for men though. You my girl, and you stuck with this dude over here, and he keeps showing up. I already know what dude wants.
Me too.
Because he wanted it before.
That's
so
right.
now why all of a sudden he gonna stop wanting it? Because hell, I
That ain't gonna happen.
So now, who is this dude over here? We're not finna sit up. No,
I agree with that though. Men are different.
Yeah. Men are a little bit different.
And that's a good thing. I think that's
If a
okay.
man has ever dated you, then he will always want you in that way.
Yes.
Men are always friends with women that they've been with a motivation.
Well, let me say this. When does the attraction for a woman that you've been attracted to, when does that stop? And the only time for me is like after you've made an attempt on my life, then it's over.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
That's a good period.
Yeah. See, if you like that video, there's more where that came from. Don't forget to subscribe and scroll down. Hit that little bell.
All righty. When I found that, I thought that this said everything. And the lady in the green, that was me. That was me. I should have put on a green shirt today. That was me because when it's over, it is over. There is no back.
Here's the thing. Now we're working with this here about exes, but we have women who have male friends.
Okay.
That they dealing with. It's an innocent thing, and then it may not be an innocent thing. But they're dealing with a friend they probably been knowing for 20 years.
Okay, but
25 years.
But they haven't been intimate though. I mean, they're just
With that being said, if you call yourself, and I want to use this on a wide range, if you're considering yourself in a relationship, you should not be entertaining anyone.
That's true.
On any level. Because if that person has female friends who say, hey, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm not doing anything. What are you doing? Nothing. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. And he or she says, hey, I'm going to go hang out with a buddy of mine. What buddy? Is this a dude or a female? Oh, she's a female. We cool because we all been straight up on top. But where you going to hang out with her for? She's my friend. You may feel okay with that, but the truth of the matter is stop lying to yourself, because you're going to say, what if he or she out there having sex with that person? Talking about their just friend. And why she asked me or why he asked me what I was doing tonight to make sure that I was going to be at home so I can go do whatever I'm going to go do. It is never okay to be having home girls for a friend, man, and a homeboy woman for a friend when you in a relationship. You are right there bringing in toxic. That's what happened in the Garden of Eden. Eve became friends with a serpent, fresh made from Adam. And what did she do? She entertained that outside resource, that other species of the species, and then turned around and made Adam become comfortable. I want to use that word comfortable with an establishing relationship that she had put in place. And that's what happened to a lot of men and a lot of women. They get themselves established into something, and then when it's time to turn it loose, you can't. Now you got to make a choice, and you don't want to make that choice, and you're looking pitiful, and now you are playing what you call risky business.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're serious about that man, ladies, if you're serious about that man, serious about that ladies, if you're serious about that woman, man, you need to cut ties to any and all and everything when it comes to the relationship that you're entangled with, that you are involved with. It's very important that you cut the tie, because if you don't cut the tie, it's going to become a monstrous situation for you.
That's true. And you know what? And that's true. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That is true, you know, because I said, like, even if I had guys like calling me and I tell them don't call me, and I told someone, I said, if I got married, I would just change my whole number.
Why? You don't have to do that.
Well, I don't have to, but I'm saying if you constantly telling a person don't call you, now you don't have to do it now because you can put people on block now. So I think that's when it's necessary to put a person on block. If you tell a person don't call, just block them. You don't have. I used to get my number changed, but that's because before I knew how to block a person. But there's a time you should block people.
I think a lot of time is you have to use the word block with people is because you have not reached that round of poop to let that person know that you mean business.
Well, some people know you mean business.
Yeah.
And they don't.
And well, if you mean business, when that person call, you'll put that phone on speakerphone and say, my husband is here.
Oh, yeah.
Or the man that I'm dating is here. Whatever you need to say, you need to say it in front of me and him. And I'm asking you not to call here again and handle it like adults.
Right. That's true.
But when you handle it wrong, you cause the other person to get upset, and then now they're going to be an agitator.
You talking about them blocking them?
Blocking them is only going to push them into blocking them is only going to push them into another race, because guess what? They want to tie up what they can tie up, so they can try to gang you back or tie up. You know, loneliness and miserable love company. So they'll do lonely and miserable things just to get your attention. That's what they do. That's what they do. So it's called releasing that person on a perspective level and a respective level, a respectable level and a self-conscious level. If you release that person, let them know, listen, it's been fun. We talked on the phone. You was a good friend. Hey, but I moved on with my life. I wish you would. I hope that lady that you married be the best girl, because I know you from, well, yeah, you know me. See, that's what makes things different between me and you, because you know me. So that means you and I should be together. Then you break that thing down from a woman perspective and say, listen, all that worked out good, but I'm not attracted to you. I mean, it's going to be some brutal information that you're going to have to finally put on that table, because I've been there and did that. But when you break up with them wrong, even if you're telling a friend you've been with, you never slept with, that you know you going on with your life, and you have to, if you go about it wrong, they're going to handle it wrong because they got some feelings involved. Everyone has feelings involved. They're going to have feelings involved. And if they got their feelings involved and you don't know anything about it, well, they're going to act out.
And that's true.
You know, I grew up and I watched my sisters, not my sisters, sometimes my cousins and my uncles, and I ended them, some of the nephews get in trouble, and they would be whooping them. And you know what they said? The only reason why they would keep calling you, they don't take you serious. Absolutely, Ruthie. That's true. That's true. And The best get to understand the communicate. That's right. Listen, and they will whip it and whip him, and they be hollering, and they'll be hollering, they whipping, and while they whooping it, and some of us on here that's watching it tonight, you know you whoop your child, and while whooping your child, you tell them shut up. Now, how do you expect for somebody that's hurting to stop hollering?
To shut up.
That's just like in a relationship, a friendship. You break up with them, they hurting, and you expect them to just shut up and walk off. Come on, man. Come on. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna react, and when they react, the separation, the breakup must be done right. There's a right way and a wrong way, and y'all love that big of Keith Sweat. To love somebody.
So you trying to say there's a wrong way and right way to break up?
That's right. If you break up right and you go your ways right, closure will come.
But sometimes it don't happen like that.
Yes, it does. Because that person, again, Ruthie Fisher said it best. Let me post a comment up here. Her comment was, the only reason why they keep calling you, they don't take you serious. When you take them seriously and sit them down, sometimes it takes a dinner.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes going to the park and just walk through the park. Condition them. That's what I learned in the class when I got my psych degree. Condition the person for receiving. If you don't condition them to receive, they just like a garbage can. What we do with a garbage can, we just find trash, throw in it. And we haven't become familiar with a trash can. We just know it's a garbage can, so we throw anything in there. But if you pass by and you know it's a laundry basket, though it looks like a trash can, you have learned it and you processed it, you condition it for certain things.
So you saying you got to pamper somebody that you done broke up with?
You need to condition them so you don't make it.
I think that's a man. That's how a man thinks. I think when you leave a person alone, you leave them alone, and they need to leave you alone.
Well, before you move on, you need you need to get closure. And you let me tell you something. My kindness and my love how I drawn things. Let me tell you something. You can turn away rap. I don't care if a man. I see you, Miss Russell. A man can have a gun. A woman can have a gun. And if you talk to them with kindness, that wrath gonna go away. The Bible don't lie.
Relationships don't end like that.
Oh well,
some relationships you have to walk away.
You're gonna make me open up a can of worms you ain't ready for. But see, women, y'all always keep a glass jar with something in it. Just in case. Y'all string these men along. Y'all don't get no closure.
We don't string no men along.
Yeah, y'all string them along. What y'all do is y'all tell them things. And y'all don't say, okay, here's the phone. Pay attention to it. This the phone. I don't want you to look at my string. I'm just going to turn it that way so you can still see the light on it.
Oh, you say that's how men do?
That's what women do.
Oh, I don't know no women like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say something too. You talk about closure. I've been in a relationship that only God brought closure. I mean, I could look for closure in that man. I didn't get it. God is the one that brought closure. You don't get closure every time you with somebody. Sometimes you have to walk away and don't look back.
Well, no. That's what make the person keep going. Listen, even in school, we're going to say this here. We got 7 minutes. I'm going to let you count it down and say, in school, when we was dealing with women who getting raped, or even men, they teach us they teach the woman that's being raped and that's being raped to not fight and holler. You know why? Because fighting and hollering at the person only raises them more to do more damage to you. But if you just sit back and let it go and just sit there and look and just lay back and do this here, he usually don't finish the job because he don't want something to just lay there and let something happen.
And I've heard that.
He usually just move on, or they do a little something and it just go on because there is no rage there. You cannot feed rage with rage. You have to feed rage with disciplinarian.
I do. Now dictionary is silence.
Yeah, you have to feed it with structure.
Mm.
You can't tell a man that you done sit up here and slept with and he done fell in love with your little not, or a woman that done fell in love with your nah, and think they gonna walk away. You done gave him something to keep a fly coming around. You know what I'm saying? You feed the old dog, you ain't gonna get off the porch.
Okay, so I have a question to you. Every relationship that you've been in, have you pampered that woman that didn't want to break off with you?
Every woman that I've ever broken up with, I can actually pick up the phone and call them and talk to them, because this is how you process the way. We had our difficulties, we had our problem, but we walked away. Even the ones in my younger years who I literally used to fight, I can pick up this phone right now and call them. You know why? Because that was an immature moment in my life. I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I came from a domestic violent home. But my mom just jumped on my father figure all the time, talk about his family like a dog in the street. I'm just keeping it real. You know, my son coming real soon, so y'all gonna learn to hear a lot. You looking at me, you like, oh, this man came from spoon, silvers, and all that. No.
Right.
No, I didn't come from that. But I had relationship problems, and my mom treated me absolutely the worst. And so with that being said, at that time, I didn't too much care for woman unless she was laying on her back. That's all she was good for.
So you didn't have no respect because of your relationship?
I have no respect for him because of my own mom. She ain't a mother, she was a mom.
Right.
So as I grew older and took responsibility and accountability for myself, I had to make some changes because I didn't like how I was looking, and I didn't want nobody to beat on my daughters.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So with that being said, things changed for me aggressively. And so being in school, I plussed myself out from that, and life experience, I plussed myself out. I just got out of a bad deal relationship right now. I don't even call this person. I don't even fool with this person. I don't care to be around this person. People bring me some information about this person. I don't care nothing about all that.
Did you have closure? Did you have closure with that relationship?
I got closure with it. And that person may not have closure with it per se herself, because she is now being whooped with her own conscience for what she did.
Okay.
And until she can come to the point of what she done, then she will never get closure.
Right.
But it ain't her riding around town with a gun looking for me. It's that she's hoping that I will speak with her and have some kind of communication with her. And that answer to it is, no, I'm not going to be a victim. And so I'm not going to let you make me a victim. So I'm going on with my life. Yeah, one day I'm going to get married. Yep, one day I might even have a child. Yep, maybe one day this may all be something that I said that, you know, how, blah, 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 ludicrous, whatever. That's going to happen for me. But I cannot afford to let her behavior ruin my future.
Right.
And this goes for anybody who's watching. Don't ever let nobody relationship that they did to you cause you to not go on with your life. You have a life. Don't be a victim of what somebody else done to you. And when you get in the relationship, you do the right thing. Don't matter how they treat you, because every time they do something wrong and you do something wrong back to them, you are becoming a victim. You are processing yourself to be a victim by way of doing what you're doing to get back at them. Now you're going to pick up this animalistic behavior, and this marriage that you're going to go into in the future, you're going to have that same animalistic behavior. Guess what? You learned something from the wrong person. It processed you into a victim.
Well, we have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. You count it down. You count it down with your closure.
It has been good tonight.
It's a
good topic. And I think I'm going to continue this till next Tuesday, because we didn't.
Okay, so we're gonna continue this next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday. And you know what? Come with your questions. Come with your comments. And like I say, because it's a lot of people, that's what they're dealing with right now. They're dealing with exes. They're dealing with exes. And it's unresolved relationships with the person that you're with. So anyway, thank you for tuning in tonight. Bye.